and welcome to Loot Level Chat, episode 31 for those keeping count. I'm not, and my name's Adam Cook. Hope you're very well, dear viewer, listener, reader. That's probably not a thing. I would like to say hello to the people on the podcast with me. Hello to Stephen. Hello, Steve.
Hello there. How are you?
Marvellous, mate. Thank you very much. How are you?
I'm all right, knackered.
Okay.
There you go.
How are you, Lyle? All right?
It's fucking Tuesday, and it feels like at least 2 weeks away on Friday.
I don't know what
there you go.
No.
That made no sense.
No,
That's
I don't know what to do with that
working.
sentence. Should we introduce Kieran? Because it seems a bit
Let's
me.
do that. Let's do anything but this.
Yeah, okay. Hello, Kieran. How are you, mate? And how are you enjoying the red hot banter?
I am. I'm loving the red hot banter. I'm loving being here. First time caller, long time listener, etc. and so forth.
I was going to say, what is it? First time, long time, isn't it? Yeah. That's about it, mate. Sorry, that's about as good an intro as you're going to get. Steve's weirdness has rubbed off on me there. Like, I'm still trying to work out what he said and what it meant.
No,
it made sense in my head in the moment. I don't know.
Good enough for me.
Woo, Kieran's here.
This is
come
Kieran's
on.
first podcast. We thought since, Game of the Year's coming up, we should probably at least introduce him a little bit.
Before he ruins the Game of the Year.
I ruin everything,
with
spoilers.
Baby shits or whatever it's called. No, that's a different game.
That is a spoiler.
Yeah, we haven't done it yet. It might not be. Maybe. And also, who knows? In the world of indie games, a game could get indie shits. No, that's different as well. Baby shits. That could come out, couldn't it? Right?
Indie shits.
Probably already is on Steam somewhere.
Probably, yeah. Baby
Steve,
shit
you look really
simulator.
confused. Like really confused. You just your face is blank. Like you just look confused.
It's a tough time, man.
It is a tough time. But let's talk about some video games that are out. I think all of them are out. They probably will be by the time this is live for people. And we'll jump to you, Lyle, because you've been playing a game that I think you're probably more excited about, certainly more interested in than most of us. Although I have definitely got a passing interest because, well, you know what? You introduce it because I've completely forgotten the subtitle for the game. But this is the new, not Zelda, Hyrule Warriors game, right?
It is the Zelda-themed Warriors game. It is Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Nope, that's what you called it before this, and you've ruined it now.
I think I said that.
What
is it actually
Damn
called?
it. It's called Age of Imprisonment.
Well,
it's called
to be
Hyrule
fair,
Warriors Age of Imprisonment.
If it's called Age of, and they just changed one word.
You were pretty close. Yeah, you were close enough, and then I was close enough because of that. But it's the new Hyrule Warriors game.
I was going to say, aren't they arguing the same game anyway?
No, not at all. They are. It's like, like when a game comes out and then a sequel comes out and it's different. It's like that. That's what this is.
Wow.
That's what's happened here.
Okay. Yeah, so it's not the same game because it's not.
So it's not the same game. It's actually a different game, right? And,
do you know what? Before we get into it, I have to defend that a little bit because the earlier, very, very long time ago this year, Dynasty Warriors Origins was released. And that was also what many people would be like, oh, they're just the same game. They've been changing these up for a while now. Like Dynasty Warriors Origins is like quite different for me compared to them games. So I'm hoping
that was a big shake-up, and
it was. And this isn't. Did you say this is?
Well, it's not too big a shake-up from the last Hyrule Warriors of like 3 years ago.
But is there a chance a lot of people will have skipped that because like the big deal about this is it's a Switch 2 game, right? Is it just a Switch 2 game? I
think it's also on regular Switch, but if it is on regular Switch, you shouldn't play it there because I played the last Hyrule Warriors on regular Switch, and that was the big painful thing about it. So now having a lovely shiny Switch 2 to play a Warriors game on, it's like, oh shit, like the frame rate stays stable.
According to Wikipedia, Switch 2. So, which would make
Probably
sense.
The best.
Yeah. So is it? That's the first question I have for you. Is it significantly better in those respects?
Significantly better. Like it, in terms of, weirdly, the cutscenes can be a bit choppy, which doesn't feel like it makes much sense. But the like actual action with thousands and thousands of moblins and all your other favorite Zelda enemies, that apparently only moblins.
Say all of the enemies that you could definitely name right now if we pushed you for it, which we won't, of course.
No, I could name all of them, but yeah, there's moblins. That's the important one. But there's thousands of them about the battlefield. It's a Warriors game. You're going to fight like 1,000 enemies per battle. That's the
weird? Like I've not played the previous one, so is that weird when there's like that many Zelda enemies that from say Breath of the Wild on screen? Is that?
I feel like some people would find it weird, but I'm playing a Warriors game, so I don't really think about it too much, you know? Like, I'm basically pressing XXXY, or is it YYYX, I suppose, on Switch?
Yeah,
thinking
it
about
would
it?
Be. Yeah, it would.
It's YYYX. Yeah, so...
Why Delilah? No, sorry. Go on, carry on.
No, not that. So yeah, what's fun? What the sort of big hook of this game is, whereas Age of Calamity, we first had Hyrule Warriors, which was just bung all the Zelda characters together, and it is a fun crossover, Warriors game. Then we had Age of Calamity, which was a sequel from memory to Breath of the Wild. Or some sort of in the Breath of the Wild timeline, if not that, but some sort of either a sequel or a prequel. I don't remember it that well. It was fucking ages ago.
It was canon, right?
Yeah,
I don't think so. Was it?
Oh yeah.
I thought this new one's the only canon one, isn't it? 'Cause that's why I was thinking about playing it.
Is it? I'm not sure.
Ganon, yes.
Ganon.
Sorry,
I don't.
Steve,
I don't
Ganon.
love
It's Ganon, yes.
Yeah, it
What do
is.
you mean you don't love it? Fine.
Well, it's fine. You can. Maybe there are some listeners right now who just like their sides are splitting, and it's me that's wrong. They're having to pause it because they're like openly weeping because of how
they
funny
shit
that was.
Themselves. Everything's just all at the same time.
It's voided all of their. Yeah,
it's so funny. They just voided everything.
And it's me that had the problem. That was great.
Yeah.
Age of Calamity, right?
Yes.
That is so this one it's set in that period of time where Zelda has gone into the past, which happened in Tears of the Kingdom. So she sort of vanished, and that's what happened in that game. That I remember that a bit, and that means that
she is linked to the.
Oh,
really?
That is pretty good. No, I like.
Is it though?
I like.
I think it's all right. It's all right.
I've voided everything.
Yeah. Imagine if you had. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Welcome to the pod, Kieran. Lyle's screen's just no.
Yeah. It's all right. Most people just listen to the audio. They'll never know.
Yeah. Good point.
But that also means that Zelda is like the mainest of main characters in it. So
I like to think someone is there going, yeah, but he always is, isn't he?
Oh,
I really like
definitely.
to think someone's doing that. Like someone's going, I don't understand what but Zelda's always the main character. I'd love to think that someone's bought it thinking like, no, I don't. Yeah. Anyway, so this is because a lot of these games, like Dynasty Warriors Origins is one, and like the other spin-offs that we've had, like with the Persona, there's been quite a few. I'm actually drawing a blank on them, but like they're usually hefty video games. In terms of like hourage and RPG nature, and this is no different, I'm guessing.
This is no different. I haven't finished it yet because it is so hefty. It's a big old game. There's loads of playable characters. They all feel, quite considerably different. You've got Zelda, who's sort of your most basic, but there's I don't know. I'm trying to remember the names of people. Minoru, that's someone. I think she's some sort of.
It's the Guardians, right? No, are they called Guardians?
One Roru as well.
Ooh, that might be.
Maybe.
Ruru, like as in rawr.
But because this is set in the past, it's like, you're getting past versions of all these
That's kind of
sort
cool.
of big characters and stuff. Yeah. And, you get all the old, like, it's kind of how a lot of these more modern Warriors games work, where there's actually quite significant difference in playing as different characters. Like, the focus on all the Hyrule Warriors games has always been on, like, hitting sort of weaknesses and using different abilities and, dodging attacks so that the weak points can be worn down and stuff like that. And because of this, there's like a lot of different things you can do. Like you can equip all the different, like lots of the different sort of things that you'd used to build in Tears of the Kingdom. So you can like have one of the like fire breathy things and you'll exploit people with fire weaknesses. Or if you use the ice breathing head as an attack and there's water about it, does more damage and stuff like that.
How does that work in terms of, you said you can build them? Obviously, in Tears of the Kingdom, you're collecting the pieces and you are physically building them. Is it blueprints?
See, and this, you'll have, every character can just equip, like, Zonai? Is it Zonai technology? Something like that? Yeah, you can just equip, like, sort of little bits that do different sort of special attacks, basically. But then there's also, one character's, like, whole attack arsenal is supposed to be built around the auto-build function in Tears of the Kingdom. So, like, you'll do a big combo and then a massive car with spiky wheels will appear and then you'll charge into them with that and stuff like that. And it's just like,
you've answered the question I was going to ask. So, how far do they go with that in terms of like?
Yeah, I mean, they make it work as a combat mechanic, but maybe not necessarily as like you're not customizing anything. It's just that
I'm guessing
these
you can't
attacks make.
Because you mentioned the car thing. You mentioned the car thing. Like you can't just like suddenly, using the auto build some sort of like I used to build the things with the updraft that you could suddenly fly into the air and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Is that sort of stuff in it? I mean,
there's not really stuff like that. Like it's more of a homage to that in that like when you're doing a dash as that character, you'll be on a little motorbike that you've made out of a brick and a wheel, and it's cute. It gave me this nostalgia for a game I wasn't expecting to get nostalgia for, realistically. So yeah, it's a cool little way, and it's in the same way that a lot of these Warriors games have got a little bit deeper than they used to. It still can be very easy if you play on like, a more medium difficulty and you'll just kill thousands of things. But there's also the option to amp it up a bit. And because I pretty much always, because I play fucking loads of these games, I always move it up at least a little bit. And then a few of the early bosses, they'd like, they wipe the floor with me a bit. And I was like, oh, okay. So it's not as simple as it has to be. I'd say as a overall sort of Warriors game, it's not quite got the same level of like with Origins that came out start of the year. That was quite a sort of big
and again next year
sprawling, and again next year it was sort of a big sprawling map where there was a lot of like side content to do and a lot of like exploration, and it kind of it was a very big it felt like a big world that you were kind of a big part of, and you were exploring this history, whereas this is like you have a sort of world map and nodes that are like, this is a side quest, this is you can put some materials in, this is your story quest. Like you're not necessarily like having a big exploration, you're just sort of picking what you want to do next.
Did you ever play? Oh dear, my brain tonight. The Fire Emblem one. That was because I think a lot of the spin-offs. Okay, but a lot of the spin-offs have been like tremendous. Like, and I'm just curious. And again, I know you haven't finished it yet. And obviously, anyone interested has to take into account the Zelda nature and the fact it's canon. Where again, not final opinion, not scored. Where like of the ones you have played, where are we sitting with it like right now?
I'd say it is pretty much along the same level as Origins that came out this year in like the sort of upper echelon. It's maybe not quite to that level because that was quite a big jump forward for the series.
So what would be like higher and lower for you then? Like, where would you? Because like Persona 5. Shit, Royale? Strikers. Like that was really interesting.
I think I like it more than that personally. I think that this is the game I'm enjoying more. I think this is probably in a long time the sort of side spin-off Warriors game I've enjoyed the most. I'd say it's doing a lot that's a lot of fun. And to be honest,
is that because the setting as much as anything?
I was gonna,
that's kind of difficult because like. I mean, you kind of know my opinions on these modern Zelda.
But you still do love Zelda, like you're not gonna just because
I do. Yeah, I think
is the story good? Like, is it compelling?
It's the story is good and compelling. I think it's kind of a little bit hard to like fully, put my stance as like, yeah, great story when I find Zelda's voice acting annoying, and I kind of like. I think the cutscenes are a bit sort of on the slow. Like side,
but they
as
have
well.
sold this as kind of it's canon. Like you should. Yeah. I know. Hey, a lot of people love Tears of the Kingdom, and it was sold really well, and this is canon. So it is more of that story, and it's like.
I've been enjoying the story, and I do think that people who maybe are even more invested in that world will potentially enjoy it more than I have. I think there's a couple of things about the story side of it where the way it's told is like a little bit slower and a little bit more like. I don't know. It's hard when you find Zelda's voice so grating. Like I can't really understand. I just can't with her. I can't with her. It's a bit painful. And that is a shame. But I do think the story in general is interesting. I think it sort of explores maybe more than I was expecting it to, really. And I think there'll be, and you knew what Zelda's voice was like if you've played those games. So if you don't mind it, you already know, right?
I actually can't remember it. I remember being quite high
probably didn't mind it that much then.
I don't remember an awful lot of the cutscenes. Look, Zelda's story is Zelda's story, and I'm not saying I don't enjoy it, but I will say that is not Tears of the Kingdom. that's not the thing I came away. I mean, it did actually have quite an impactful story as you got towards the back end of it, but it isn't why I love that game, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it is a good, that world, as much as anything, is a very fun setting for a game like this, where you have a lot of enemy types, you have a lot of different environments you can go to. Like, you go into the depths for some of the levels is a lot of fun, you know, like stuff like getting to explore these places where, it just provides a bit of variety for these stages where you're killing thousands of things.
I'm gonna be that guy, and I'm gonna ask. I have to know. So, like, it being a Switch 2 exclusive, unless again we're wrong. It's smooth though. It is really like, because I don't want to. I think I did try. It might be in a demo of one of the original Hyrule Warriors games, and it was chunky. Like it did not run well.
They were. I think any of that sort of series that I played on the Switch was not the place to play it. It was not what I would recommend. But no, on Switch 2, absolutely perfect. Wouldn't change a thing, to be honest. Like, it's where I would want to play it, because it's a good sort of. It's a good series for that. Like, you can, pick up just one fight, or even just jump into a fight, and it's instant satisfaction, that combat of just killing enemies and doing stupid over the top moves. So it works in a sort of stop and start way as well. So yeah, I mean, I've played it pretty much all handheld. It's all been. Okay, I don't think I've noticed a frame drop in actual combat that I can think of right now. Like, it's really smooth, really good, and it looks lovely too.
Steve, big Zelda fan. Could you be tempted? You do like action games, like if
I do, man. I remember
this,
playing one back on 3DS. I'll be fucked. I can't remember what the name of it was. Like, Lyle will know.
That was the original Hyrule Warriors, wasn't it? I think.
It was only called Hyrule Warriors. I
so.
played a fair bit of that on there and quite enjoyed it for what it was, but it never had that much of an alert. It was just always like a fun pick up, have 15 minutes, beat 1,000 soldiers to pieces. But
so, like, the addition of the canon story from Tears of the Kingdom, the better running game, I would imagine is mechanically more interesting than the previous two games.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I am renowned for caring about narrative in games as well.
Point,
so,
fair
but yeah, I mean, yes, it's the kind of thing that I would keep an eye out for when it goes on sale at some point. But knowing Nintendo, that might be 10% off in about 15 years' time.
What about you, Kieran? Like, you're a Zelda fan?
Yeah, I mean, I love Tears of the Kingdom, and I have to admit, Lyle talking about it then has got me tempted.
Same.
But I also don't like Musu games.
I will say, right, I will genuinely say this. Like, I would have 100% been in your column there. Like, I've never liked Musu games. Didn't get it. Just didn't get it. And Lyle will attest to that. I think there is one for everyone. And when you find it, that doesn't mean you suddenly go back and you're like, I like all of these now. But when the right one, like, I felt pangs of it with, like, Persona. There's another game. I mean, I just can't think what it is. I'm sure there's another one that was like, I think it was Hyrule. I was like, but I just couldn't get into that. But then the Fire Emblem ones, and I love that series. And
it's just finding the right theme that matches your own interests, I guess.
It's like if you, yeah, kind of like it. I don't know what it was for me. I just felt like it became. I think at some point they maybe realised they can't just mechanically make the same game. And I don't know, like, Lyle, as someone who's played a lot of them, if that's fair, but they do feel like there have been subtle nuances to how they act. Yes, they are still action adventure combo bashers, but there is more to them. They add layers on top, like RPG stuff.
I feel like they have been constantly adding little bits of layers for, like, they make like hundreds of these fucking games. Like, there's so many of them. So
what's the other series? Not your the other one that's basically, but not Dynasty Warriors. The other one.
Oh, Samurai Warriors.
So that there's, I don't think there is one they could make. I just don't. It's just not for me. Do you know what I mean? I
seem to recall you quite liked Origins at the start of the year, though, as well.
Dynasty Warriors Origins. Yeah, no, I thought that was again. I thought it was more. It felt more. Look, I'll be that guy. I always felt the combat just did feel like proper button mashy. Whereas what I like is, I think, more like a Steve. I like the Platinum Games style stuff. I like, Devil May Cry style stuff. And I feel like over the last few years, these games have gotten closer to that combat.
Yeah,
I don't know why, but something's changed.
I just think there are elements of it that they have, like, obviously that when there's thousands of enemies, most of them aren't going to do a lot to you. You know what I mean?
Wading through them.
Absolute fodder.
Yeah, they couldn't be more fodder. Like you would have to sort of try and get hit by them to really take that damage. You know, you'd have to be putting effort in for them to like get a little lick in. But with like, you know, once you start finding like, you know, the captains or whatever the equivalent is in each of these games, like I feel like now they're having more of like you have to put the attention into dodge and parry and all these different things. And I think they've evolved quite a bit, to be honest, and but I have also always liked them, so I can't necessarily say, oh, you're all gonna love them now, because I've always liked them. So what the fuck do I know?
I would also say I do really want to try it because it's like a Switch 2 exclusive, and it's like I'm still in that period of like I kind of want to play the Switch 2 exclusives.
Yeah. It's finding those right ones at the moment, isn't it? It's just waiting for the things to come along.
It's that, but also like we will move on. But like Lyle, when you say it's chunky, like could you put an hour count on like roughly so far, or what you estimate? Like, how
it's going to be. God, I am having to estimate quite a bit.
But the first number that comes out of your mouth is the thing I'm like.
It's going to be at the very least 20 plus, but I think it's probably going to be more like 30 plus, to be honest.
I mean, as long as we're not going into the 40s. I mean, I know there would be enough. You could probably, but as long as we're not hitting 40s of hours.
I don't check our counters very well, and I leave things on, so I'm always the wrong person to ask at the best of times. But
that's fine.
But you're probably not going to notice if you're picking these up in like relatively small bursts. Or are you blasting through for like an hour or two at a time?
I mean, I am quite happy to just blast through. Yeah, like I
don't get fatigued at all, like playing this sort of game.
No, I don't think so. Not really. Okay. And I mean, I have enough other things to be playing too, so I have been thinking about, you know.
It just sounds like it's a nice, comfy game for you, man. Just to sit in and go,
they are very comfy games.
Brain off a little bit and just go for it.
And on that note, it's worth mentioning if you're interested in more comfy games, we have a Patreon only podcast this week, and it's one of our bonus pods where one of the questions is about comfy games. So if you want to find out more about that, it's patreon.com/lootlevelchill. Review forthcoming, might even be up by the time you read this, don't know, depends how long the game is for Hyrule Warriors.
Couldn't fucking tell you.
No, he doesn't know. He just doesn't know. It's that simple. And even when he's finished it, he just won't know. He enjoyed it.
I'll never know.
You'll never know. You could probably Google that now. Don't do it. I really don't want you to do it.
It's not worth it.
But that brings us... Well, it doesn't actually bring us, but because I'm host, I am bringing us towards Kieran now. Hello, Kieran. How are you, right?
Hello, I'm good.
How are you enjoying it so far? Is it good?
Yeah, I'm having a lovely time. It's nice hearing about whatever that game was just called, Hyrule Warriors.
Let's not pretend any of us can remember that it's Age
of Imprisonment.
Age of Imprisonment.
I nearly said Calamity again. Talk to us about, Kieran, a game I suspect most people won't have heard of, but you've been interested in for a while, I believe. And I must admit, I am also interested in this game. And I know Mick is. He's not here, but... are we at the stage where we can call this a Disco Elysium alike? Like, is that a...
That was my initial thoughts of it. Yeah, okay. So...
Rue Valley.
Yeah, the game Rue Valley, yeah. It's... I mean, I would go with Disco Elysium-like. I know it's a bit reductive, but it's got that same sort of grimy feel to it. The guy that you're playing as comes across as a bit of a piece of shit. Oh. The first thing you do is you pick your character traits, and it's got quite an interesting character trait system. All about choosing the different elements of your psyche, basically, and there's lots of different traits, and none of them are good, none of them are bad. They're just sort of there, and you don't really know what you're going to get until you get thrust into a situation where you have to use that trait. I really like it so far. I've put a few hours into it. It combines two of my favorite things, which is those sort of RPGs that don't really involve combat or anything like that.
I was going to ask about that. I was looking through the screenshots and I couldn't find anything look like combat. So there is, because Elysium does have combat, doesn't it?
There's as far as I can remember.
I want to say.
I'm pretty sure you lose it.
Oh, okay.
You don't have it for most of the game.
So it's pretty much brain, not brawn, then essentially.
Yeah, I can. In fact, in Disco, I can only think of one specific instance where you try and fight someone, and it's all decided by dice rolls anyway.
Okay.
But it's the same sort of thing. I love those type of games where it's you've got the narrator telling you the story, you've got the different elements of your psyche like talking to you. In the case of Disco, or in the case of Rue Valley, it's your internal monologue, I guess.
Cool.
Another one is Sovereign Syndicate, same sort of thing. One of those top-down RPGs, all focused on how you deal with situations rather than fighting your way out of them.
But Rue Valley, because there's a few games in the pipeline from it's quite a complex thing how the developers of Disco Elysium have broke. I'm not even going to try and explain it. But this is not one of them, is it? This is a completely different developer and we've said it many times over the years. Like, there's nothing wrong with a developer going, that's really cool and done really well. I'd quite like to make something like that as well. Like, it's just striking looking. I'd actually say, again, I'm going off screenshots and trailers, but arguably the trailer, I think this is maybe a more striking looking game.
It's different. It's got a really strong comic book style to it. Like, it's really nice. Like, just transitioning between scenes. The page tears away, and just the outlines on the characters and stuff. It's gorgeous. It's a really gorgeous game. It's not quite as desolate and sad as Disco Elysium looks at times.
No, fair.
So it combines that sort of that top-down RPG type game with something else I also like, which is time loops.
Okay.
I love a time loop game. It's like it's a great mechanic. It reminds me a little bit of. I was trying to think of the name of it. I can't think what it's called. Was it 12 Minutes? The
12 Minutes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is that the one that went down really badly?
Yeah, it did go down badly. I think,
it went down horrendously.
You mean like critically, or do you
critically, yeah?
Because it had I remember the story now. You've
James McAvoy, was it? I think.
That was it, McAvoy. I was thinking
it had
it
a really odd story, didn't it? Like, I won't.
It had a very odd. Yes,
like,
that's
the
a nice way to put it.
Like, really bizarre.
Was Willem Dafoe in it as well?
Yeah.
I just made that up.
Yeah, no,
he was.
Yeah, he was like the guy who came in the house and kept trying to kill you.
Yeah. I think that was the issue. There was like a star-studded cast that kind of just went and bombed as such.
Can you name, just a tangent, 3 games, not including this, that have time loops? Because I'm with you, Kieran. I think that's a cool thing. I don't feel like it's overused. Like, I'll go with Deathloop and
Deathloop.
12 Minutes.
The Sexy Brutale.
I've not played that, to be fair. Okay.
Groundhog Day, the movie video game.
Is there
They
one?
definitely must have done that.
Could be.
Majora's Mask.
It sounds.
Majora's Mask.
Oh, wow.
Good
For
shout.
shame, Lyle. Neither of us. I don't seem to get. It's fine. So yeah, time loops and tabletop RPGs.
Yeah, so it's basically you've been ordered to do court mandated therapy in this random motel in the arse end of nowhere, and
But you say it's not as desolate and bleak.
no, it's
Court
well, not
mandated
yet.
therapy, but it's not.
I mean, I don't know why he's there yet. So
Oh, okay.
it might be really grim, but yeah, you essentially start seeing patterns of things that you've seen before, and then you realize that at 8:47 p.m. every day, what looks like a nuke goes off essentially, and you just get obliterated.
Sorry, I'll ask you again. This is not as desolate and bleak as Disco Elysium.
Not yet. TBC.
But a nuke. It's not like you just start the day again, off like Groundhog Day. You just go to sleep. A nuke goes off.
Yeah, a nuke goes off, and then you reawaken again at the end of your court mandated therapy session.
Okay.
So you only get 47 minutes to actually to try and work things out, and it's got this really cool mind map system. So something else that I love I always enjoy like the Sherlock games and the Poirot games is a mind map system. And this one's really interesting because you basically you form ideas, or you get the inspiration for ideas from seeing things in the environment. So you might see a woman kicking a vending machine, which is something that happens right at the start of the video game.
I was going to say that's a really specific thing that you might see if it's not in the game. It's like
you basically
You see it all the time around here, mate.
you clock her as you come out your therapy session, and you see her each time you come out as you start to learn that you're in a time loop. So you think, I should try and fix that to see what happens. Basically, you can't commit that to you can't commit that as like an objective until you've got enough willpower points, which you get from just investigating the environment.
I just love the fact that this guy's in trouble and he knows he's in a time loop situation, but he's like, no, but I should fix that vending machine.
It's the butterfly effect. You don't know what's going to do anything. I just watched the butterfly effect. I know all about this shit.
I was going to say, that was, again, quite a specific reference to suddenly.
That's a great film, to be fair.
Yeah. It is good.
Okay, so you can fix the vending machine.
Yeah, you could do. Yeah, I mean, the one that I've done is basically, it's called Fuck Rue Valley, and it's you think I fucking hate this place. I want to get out of here. So you commit that to as an intention. You turn it into an intention. Is where it becomes a mission objective then. So I did it by driving away from the motel. I died the first time. Second time I drove faster, And basically, it succeeded, but all it succeeded in doing was proving to me that I cannot escape the time loop by driving away from the valley. So it was useful.
I'll ask again.
Good knowledge.
And this is not as desolate and depressing as Disco Elysium.
Well, I've not told you how I failed it yet. So you fail it. You
I
fail
was
it by driving too fast and too recklessly to get away from the motel.
Yeah.
And you essentially crash the car about 4 minutes away from the time loop resetting. And you're left there with your ribs broken, your legs broken, bleeding profusely.
So
it's not as desolate as Disco Elysium.
No, it doesn't sound it at all. What happens when you die then? Does the time loop just
resets?
Okay, so there's no penalty for death.
Nope.
Or failure.
Well, not as far as I've seen. Yeah.
But it's a tabletop RPG, so underneath all the little machinations could be happening, and it's like this guy's fucking up a lot.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, what happened to me is I went through that intention through to the end of it, and it sort of transformed in my mind map from an intention to an obsession. So now I'm obsessed with fuck Rue Valley. I hate this place. Right. I hate it with a burning passion. I don't know what that means yet. I'm sure it'll come back to bite me in the arse at some point.
When you say things like mind maps, like I feel like Mighty Boosh style things keep going into my head. Like
it's all the different nodes, the different nodes connected to each other.
It sounds cool. Yeah. Like, it sounds well put together.
I was imagining
really
like Saga with like her mind palace thing going on.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Or Charlie in It's Always Sunny.
Yeah, I've never seen that either. So. But I know the Saga reference. That's up to date.
I have an important question about this game.
Yes.
What is your favourite trait in this game so far, and which of us has the most of it in real life?
I'm trying to think. I think I messaged you, Adam, didn't I? Saying like I can't remember what I built my character to be, because basically you've got 3 axes for your personality, and it goes from like indecisive to calculated, for example.
Okay.
And there's one for like emotional to just unemotional, unperturbed by anything.
I don't think Steve and I should be allowed to play this game. There's things you're saying here that I'm worried that I'm not sure. Sorry, go on.
Well, I tried to make myself. I thought, how would I be in these sort of like scenarios? And I didn't. There was too many points for me to get to that. But you have to use all your points essentially. And I thought I'm only this amount emotional, this amount calculated.
Yeah, but I'm not.
Not everyone would play these kind of games. Do you not always try and recreate yourself?
Yeah, I always do.
So I would always do that. It'd be very rare I'd go into something and then go, right, I'm going to play as a certain way.
Well, no, but we've talked about this before. Like, Mick always creates a red-headed female.
Yeah.
Like, I that to me is odd. Like you say, I would just.
I do that as well, actually, when I play like RPGs. I always
play a red-headed female?
Yeah.
Oh,
for no real reason.
Fine. Yeah. For no reason.
It's becoming a slight tradition.
It's apparently so. Someone must always, yeah. So. How like dark is it though? Like, because the thing about like you said about Disco is
it's lighter than Disco Elysium.
Yeah, it's not got so much of the political stuff.
Yeah,
when you're playing Disco, you're there's all the political undertones. It's very strong with its message. This is a great story so far. I really like what I've played, but it's depressing in a more mysterious way as opposed to depressing in the system shit and we're all fucked kind of way.
And the moment to moment, I'm assuming, is essentially like a point and click. You just go investigate things, get a feel for what's around. But with its controller supported, isn't it? Because it's a Switch game. And
yeah. Well, it works fine on. I've been playing on the Ally, and it works.
So at the risk of upsetting myself further after I talk about Hyrule Warriors, because I'll be honest, I do quite fancy the look at this. Yeah, this is it, Lyle. Now I know you haven't finished it yet. Do we have an indication of our age? Because again, this is what is it with RPGs, man?
I've got no idea how long this lasts. To be honest, yet.
Does it feel
maybe
chunky?
If you pick the right thing early, you'll be all right.
Well, yeah, I suppose it depends how you look. Well, it's a bit different. Disco Elysium, you could die within the first sort of like 15 minutes, whereas if you die in this, it just resets anyway, and you just go again.
But it's not like, because games like this, I mean, it's not quite the same, but Citizen Sleeper.
Yeah.
Like that isn't like ridiculously long, and you can see plenty of it without needing to be like, oh well, no, I failed, so I only saw 6. Like, what sort of vibe are you getting from it in terms of that?
I'm getting the vibe that if there is any sort of like deviation in terms of endings, it won't be until the end, because presumably you've got to solve the time loop in order to get to an ending. But yeah, I have no idea how long it's going to be.
That's fine.
I could Google it now, to be honest, but I won't.
Yeah, you probably could. It is out. I must admit,
I'm thinking it's like Outer Wilds, essentially, where you're just going to keep going back through.
There you go, another time loop game.
Another time loop game, yeah.
Well, I don't like that one.
No, I like everything about it, apart from the important part.
What, playing it?
Yeah. Like, the soundtrack's amazing, the visuals are amazing. Steve?
Better in thought than reality, essentially.
Yeah. No, yeah, I do want to play both these games. I'll be honest with you.
I'd give it a go.
Do we see if what Steve's been playing? Can we do it again?
I've played the game Steve's brought this week. That's a perfect segue, Lyle. Arise, Steve. Doesn't, because you've been. That's not even good by my standards, but you've been. I played a little bit of it, but you have destroyed Lumines Arise.
I have been playing quite a lot this week, to be fair, and this definitely isn't as desolate as either of the pre-mentioned games, man.
I mean, there's a level where there's like Terminator hands and stuff.
Yeah, but it's all happy, joy, essentially.
Oh, the soundtrack.
It's upbeat, it's fun, it's blasts you in the eyes with spectacle.
I have a question.
Yes?
What is Lumines? I've never played it.
Okay, so I think of this as a kissing cousin of Tetris, essentially.
A what? Sorry, a what?
Little kissing cousin of Tetris.
I don't want to play it now.
No, you're going to have to spell that, because I feel like you're saying kissing cousin.
He is saying that, yeah. It's
is that a bad thing? I live in the East Midlands, man. There's lots of fens and stuff.
Not distant cousin, you're saying kissing cousin.
Yeah.
Kissing. You're saying kissing cousin.
What? Sitting in a tree.
Is that a bad thing? You can marry them if you fucking want to.
I don't want to, and I've never heard... Sorry, is it just me that's never heard that saying?
I think so.
You've both heard... Everyone's heard that saying before.
Yeah. But I love your reaction to it.
Fuck it. It's a kissing cousin of Tetris. Sorry, Steve. Yeah. Apparently, I'm the weird one here.
So, Kieran, in the way you can imagine blocks falling from the top of the screen to be arranged at the bottom, this does much the same thing. However, what you're doing with them is quite different. So... you have blocks falling down, which are a 2x2, which are comprised of two different colours. Now, they can be arranged in two of the same top and bottom, two of the same side by side, or like a checkerboard pattern, or maybe an L pattern, for example. Or all of them are one colour. There you go. That's all of them in different formats. What you want to be doing is changing those into blocks of 2x2, always being the same colour by matching them up as they fall down from the top to the bottom. You can also chain them together as you do it. So say you've got black and white, make it easy. You've got two black ones at the top of a block, two black ones at the bottom. They'll fall down. You can then match another couple next to them to form a 6 along or an 8 along. Or you can keep chaining them diagonally as long as each of them are intersecting on the corners. I just realised this is really hard to explain, so I'm trying to draw it with my hands.
Hey, listen, you've done a really good job, mate.
Really? It felt
it was weird you started talking about fancying your sister or whatever it was you said, but like, and you could have just said it's sideways Tetris, but like, I thought you did a really good job.
Sideways Tetris. The twist here is going to be you have a timeline moving from left to right, which follows in time with the tempo, generally, of the song that's playing in the background. Now, that is a heady mix in itself. This can be from, like, full-on, four-to-the-floor disco or house beats. It could be a chilled-out little lo-fi electronica track, so you'll get a little bit of respite in those levels.
A bit like Tetris Effect. It's kind of the definition of what I think of when I think of trance music. I mean,
there's a bit of trance. I mean, there's a good mix of genres.
It puts you in...
You
zone in on those games.
Yeah, it's a game I would certainly recommend playing with headphones or on a decent sound system.
I think it says that when you does it. I imagine that when you boot it up. I want to say it recommends headphones.
It'll probably say best played with headphones when you stick it on.
Probably best played in the VR as well with headphones and.
Yeah, I mean, I've not had a chance to try that. I would love to.
I think I'd die if I played. I remember playing Tetris Effect, but this, as you say, is more in sync with beats and stuff.
Yeah, there is certainly a more rhythmic element than you would do in Tetris. Tetris, you kind of just dance along to the do-do-do-do-do-do-do as you go along and just slam blocks in holes. Here, you've got to pay attention to this timeline as it goes along to maximize combos. As the timeline passes over the blocks you have made and they're glowing, it'll wipe them off the board. So you are constantly trying to get the board, keep the board as clear as is sensible to make combos, because once you start building it up too much, things are going to start to get frantic. In the same way that once you built a bunch of lines in Tetris, I'm assuming everyone does the thing where you build a little stick-thin single block, try to get in there. You know the panic you feel once you're starting to get to the top, and that block is just not coming. This does exactly that to you, feeling-wise. It is just like you're built far too much up there, and once those blocks pass that top line, you've got left to go. Game over, man. That's just how it is. But this is a game that is so easy to get into like that flow state with. It is just get in there, let the visuals wash over you, which are completely mad at times. They go from a personal favorite mixture of red and green vegetables. So these blocks can be made up of, say, 3 red peppers and an apple. So these are falling down. You're matching a bunch of green apples. As they all go together and get knocked out by the timeline, they'll explode into a million little pieces of fruit and veg. It's lovely. It's just something so satisfying about it, especially when you've racked up a combo of 6 or 7 different blocks across the screen. There's just stuff flying everywhere, left and right. There's also things like, things you expect, like just big explosions of fireworks, little crystalline balls shattering into like a million pieces, all to these entrancing tunes constantly. And it's just so easy just to zone out and just really get into the moment with it. The levels, as Adam found out to his peril earlier today or yesterday, whenever he did it, they are grouped into levels of, say, 3 or 4 sections. And you want you to play to each of these as a little group. You can't just go, I'll do one of those and then drop out. It wants you to do a group of these and work your way through like a little theme, possibly, something like that.
Yeah.
And it's an easy way to lose a couple hours at a time.
I know it's lazy to say it, but it really is true. This is basically Tetris Effect, but Lumines.
Yeah.
Like, it really is.
And same sort of themes and look applied to Lumines rather than Tetris.
Yeah.
What's there not to love about that?
Lumines is a weird one for me because I've played loads of them. Like, I played the PSP ones and all those ones. And like,
I was going to ask you about this because you said beforehand, before this came out, you were saying like Lumines was something that you'd never quite clicked with. And I sort of remember my mum played it a lot more than me on the PSP. Like,
that sounds so weird to say that. But.
Yeah.
I barely play. I mean, I can't remember which format I played a tiny bit of, but if I've maybe put in an hour tops over my life until this point.
See, I've tried all of them, and like so it's not like I played them and went, don't like this. Completely not that at all. It was more that I just didn't get it. Now, I will say this has a much better tutorial than I've ever seen in Lumines. Cool. I don't think it could still be a better tutorial. Like that Steve mentioned, the boost mechanic. It does explain. There is a section of the tutorial for that. I'm not sure
it's not overly clear
brilliantly, and that is everyone knows Tetris, right? If you play games, you know how to play Tetris. You might not know like the elite strategies that speedrunners or the champions do, but you know how to play Tetris. You know that it's not just about clearing a line; it's about like building so you can clear a line, then masses and masses of like it's almost like filling your screen and clear it. Lumines. I don't know. It never feels quite as clear as an objective to what it. No, because that's not fair.
There is a level of complexity beyond Tetris, essentially, as far as that.
But it's different.
But you're still doing the same things. You will over time learn patterns. You'll learn how to make, say,
like,
a row of blocks across the bottom with one colour all across the bottom, the other colour all across the top, and create a bigger rectangle of them,
right, so
ready to drop in a couple of blocks in time to make that.
In the tutorial bits, but I don't think it gets that across very well, because you saying that sort of has made my brain go, oh yeah, that would make sense. And I feel like that's the sort of stuff the tutorial, I feel like it doesn't need to teach you the basics, because you can, in a few seconds, you can work out like what it's. So Lyle, you've played Puyo Puyo Tetris. This is like a bit like Puyo Puyo from that, like.
See, that's one of those ones that I've really struggled with over time. Like, I love Tetris.
It's not the same.
I really
I just mean it's that.
Puyo Puyo is fucking hard to get my brain around, man.
But that's how I feel about Lumen. I just the weird thing about this, right, is I want Enhance to I want this game to succeed, because Enhance has made some games over the years that is like people should still be like, they should be. I mean, they are to me, but as a wider sort of gaming populace, Enhance should be on like a pedestal in a way. Do you remember like Harmonix, when it was the music game? It makes me wonder, do people just not like music games a little bit? Because when you think of how great like Harmonix games were, and even like when Guitar Hero came back as Guitar Hero Live, that was awesome. And DJ Hero, Rock Band, these phenomenons that are just gone, and it's now kind of Fortnite has a Guitar Hero mode, and I mean, Epic owns Harmonix or what's left, don't they, to make,
Yeah.
you know. But like with Enhance, they made Res, man. Res is an all-timer. Like, I don't know if you've all played Res. Like,
I've not, man, no.
I have. It's very good.
I mean, Res is a game that you could get an actual vibrator for, like the trance vibrator.
Oh, they did, like, isn't it like the body pads?
Yeah,
you can put
trance
all over
vibrator. Yeah.
Yeah.
They and in fact, they actually eventually made a full bodysuit for it. At one, I think late when because it was re-released over. You can play Res on nearly everything. I need to reinstall and play Res again.
Kind of pervert is buying a full vibrating bodysuit.
Well, I never got that far.
It's in the background of Adam's. Don't
Yeah,
shit.
it's probably somewhere back there.
Just tucked away behind the teddy.
But like,
was Res a PS2 game? Sorry.
Yes, but it's been made like.
I played it on like Xbox
5
Arcade, I think.
Yeah,
I think the nearest I had wasn't Child of Eden quite a lot like
I think so. It was. I think it was actually. I want to say it might.
That's the same people, wasn't
I think
it
it
feels
was.
like
It was a
it should
Ubisoft.
be.
It was a Ubisoft game, but it was. I think it was them. They have made some like Tetris Effect again is I think an all timer. Like if you like puzzle games like that is for me that's the best version of Tetris. Like it is the music again. It's that synergy that you talk about when you get the very best music games that I think Lumines does for you as well, and certainly has with the Rise. That synergy of when the music and the gameplay just like perfectly align, and you are absolutely in that zone.
Just lose
like
yourself.
you've taken something, like you are like it is there.
It's hard to get across how well that comes together without experiencing it.
It's so based on feel and the music and the beat and
And say time just drifts away so easily. It's ridiculous. You'll be going through and thinking, so each level you are tasked with completing a set number of these 2x2 blocks to get rid of.
Yeah.
The difficulty levels basically being like easy, medium, and hard is like 50, 100, or 150. I think off the top of my head. Stick it on 150, and it's gone before you know it. Even then, you're just getting that little zone, just like matchbox.
But this has got more as well to it. Like there is multiplayer. There is what's that? Is it Lumi Adventure? What's the Lumi thing?
You've got a Lumi, which is like a little avatar that you can get cosmetics for and
you
pretty.
You can get an Astrobot one. You can be an Astrobot one.
I did not know that.
You have to pay for the deluxe upgrade, but you can be an Astrobot one or the Res dude. I can't remember the name.
Okay.
And what is there? There's a PC version that's obviously hasn't got Astrobot. I can't remember. I literally wrote a news post about this.
But it's a minor distraction in the grand scheme of things. You are earning these points by playing anyway. So as far as I'm aware, and I haven't seen, there is no like premium currency to get a certain look.
No, I think it's just the digital deluxe upgrade.
And in the shopping game and just customize it a little bit.
There's little puzzle mode as well, where you can do like it's got little solutions you need to do, hasn't it, for each?
Yeah, they're challenges. They're almost an
challenges.
extension of the tutorials at the beginning. It will show you so much, then it will ask you to apply that to a given challenge of make so many blocks in either a certain time or a certain way. And yeah, it's a little extension to that. They do get hard quite quickly as well. They require a little bit of thinking about, that's for sure. The online modes here are. It's been a little bit touchy trying to get some of these. So I've played a little bit online, and you're basically doing the same thing. But what's happening is, as you are creating these combos, making points, you are building in blocks from the left and right of your opponent's screen. So they are filling in.
So that's what Tetris
style
did.
as you're going along. So they're getting less and less room to work with.
Yeah, that's what Tetris Effect did.
Them. Oh, we'll bring that in from the side.
Yeah, that Tetris Effect's multiplayer was the same thing. Like when you dumped like loads of, it would put them onto theirs like thing. But I think Puyo Puyo Tetris does that too as well. Actually,
yeah, it does.
I really thought Sony would push this more because it is. I know it's PC as well, but it's a PlayStation console exclusive, and Enhance has always been kind of like Res. Like I don't know. I thought this might get a bit more of a bigger push.
I feel like puzzle games are a little bit more niche now than they used to be. Puzzle games seem to be left, right, and center across lots of different consoles. You don't get as many now. It feels like
it feels
it's
like
a diminishing market.
It feels like more of the puzzle side of gaming goes in like the cozy direction than here's a board of tiles and shit you have to move about. They're
all on mobile as well, I think, aren't they?
Also true.
But like the spectacle of this and how amazing it looks, like it's a game that you could show a trailer of, and you would, I think, most people who play games would be like, "That's cool. What's this?" It looks a bit like Tetris, but it's not. I feel like it would make people go, "What?" I feel like people would look at a trailer and want to know more.
Yeah, want to know more about this kissing cousin.
I was going to make a joke about that as well.
No. We're really thinking.
I wish you hadn't said the words.
Yeah. Well, you can read Steve's review of Lumines Arise. Do you say Lumines or Lumines?
Lumines in my head.
Okay, that's what it is in mine, but I don't know for sure if that's correct.
I think it's right.
Yeah, Lumines feels weird.
Lumines Arise. Lumines Arise. Lumines.
French
Lumines Arise. There will be reviews of all of these games on lootlevelchill.com at some point if they're not already up. Thank you very much, Kieran. Hope you enjoyed your first proper podcast. There is a Patreon only one with you on, so
Yes, I had a lovely time. Thank you.
good. And we've got more to do. We've got to go and record some cues. No, with some A's for people's cues.
Yep. Gross.
Who do it?
Sounds horrible.
Feel like we should have. Yeah, it does actually sound pretty rough, innit? I'm going to A your cue. No, oof.
Nope. Stop it.
Nope.
Not while I have my strength for you.
And if you want to cue our A's, no. Well, no. Does that work?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sort of works, doesn't it? If you want to cue us right in the A, then go to patreon.com/lootlevelchill where you can find out more about our Patreon program there, and there's a Discord and all sorts, and like I say, we're doing a bonus podcast now. So thank you very much to Steve, thank you to Lyle, and thank you of course to Kieran. Appreciate that. And we will speak to you next episode or whenever you choose to listen. Bye bye for now.